Hi, welcome to Freezer Meals 101. I'm Charla.
And I'm Christy. Today we are doing sausage-orama.
Totally. There was a sale on sausage. It was not like the beef strips sale where it was 2 for $1. Like that was amazing.
That was amazing. We have a video for that.
Video for beef strips, 10 separate recipes because we had to buy all the beef strips.
Yeah, that's right. There was a lot.
We didn't actually buy them all because that would not be kind. But we bought a lot. But sausage was on sale and we thought, hey, good time to make sausage recipes. So we're going to be making all the sausage recipes today, but we're going to split it into 2 videos.
Yes, because there's a lot.
We don't want it to be too overwhelming. And when we do our mega sessions, that's one thing.
Because you know it's going to be overwhelming. Yeah. You're asking, overwhelm me. But, we'll divide these for you for ease of viewer viewing.
Yes. And then if you have the ground Italian sausage versus the sausage meatballs, because that's how we're going to divide the videos, then you know which video to watch. And if you just like to watch our videos, then watch them both.
They're here for you. We're here for you.
So in this video, we're going to do ground Italian sausage recipes.
Right. So at our house, we like mild. And at Charlotte's house, they like spicy.
The spicier, the better.
Right. So the good news is we have mild and we have spicy.
Totally. And we just, we have systems, like when we make multiple recipes where we know which side the bag is on.
Check out some of our mega meals because you'll see 4 bags there and they're like, how are they keeping track? Well, Charlotte's always on the left and I'm on the right, but when you do it,
it's opposite.
It's opposite.
So
Isn't that funny? But we keep track. It's all good.
We know. So it always ends up in the same house. Same with Christy, their family eats beef, ground beef, and I don't eat ground beef, so sometimes I make some ground beef recipes for my kids and stuff, but mostly I do mine with veggie beef.
Yeah.
So again, we have to keep track of the right bags, and it's all good.
It's all good. We have a system.
We
know what we're doing. So you can do what works for you.
Totally.
Because there's no procedure.
No.
There's no, there's guidelines. But
sure. Have a system of some kind.
There's no set procedure. You do what works for you. All right, what do we have today?
First thing we're going to make is the tater tot casserole. The reason we make it first is because you're using frozen tater tots, and if you get them out of your freezer, you make some space for the meals. So it's just a system that we always go by. Mm-hmm. You're going to put your browned sausage in a medium-sized freezer bag, seal that, and set it aside. Then you're going to whisk together the mushroom soup, condensed milk, and your paprika, salt, and pepper in a bowl. You're gonna put your frozen tater tots in a large freezer bag, pour the sauce over top of that, take out all the air that you can, because when you're freezer cooking, air is your enemy, and we want to avoid that at all costs. Then you're gonna staple your bag of cooked sausage onto your large bag, and you wanna staple that above the seal so that you don't put a hole in your bag, and freeze it. This is some of my kids' absolute favorite thing to eat in the world. Not the healthiest thing to eat, but they love tater tot casserole.
This is a new family favorite for us. It is Candy's baked sausage and cheese rigatoni. We'll put the link below. Start out with your cooked pasta and your cooked sausage, and we're gonna layer this. So first we have to build our sauce. We're going to add in a pound of Italian sausage and your onion and some garlic. And I'm not talking some garlic. This is a lot of garlic because this should have a lot of garlic. Crushed tomatoes, and then heavy cream, and a little bit of dried basil, some salt and pepper, and that is our sauce. We're gonna mix that all together, and then in our tray, you're gonna start by putting a cup of the sauce in the tray and kind of spread it around evenly, and then take half your pasta that's already been cooked, and lay it out. Then you're going to add the mozzarella cheese and sprinkle some Parmesan, and then half of your sauce. Then you're going to do another layer of your pasta, then the other half of your sauce, then top it with mozzarella and the Parmesan. We're gonna put saran wrap on this, but then we're gonna make a note on the foil.
Very important.
So that we remember to take the saran wrap off before we cook it. And you wanna cook it uncovered anyway, so you'll notice. But we put the saran wrap on, the plastic wrap on, to help with freezer burn and stuff.
We both may have learned that lesson the hard way, so we always write that on top now.
Sometimes the hard way is the only way to learn.
One of the great things about when you find something on sale is that normally if you cook like regular people, I don't want to say we're not regular, but
if you cook like stars.
if you cook like, the average person.
Where you're doing something every night,
Yeah.
You have to think of something at 3 o'clock. We don't have to do that.
Totally. If you're doing that kind of cooking, then you can
like peasants. Sorry. If you're cooking like peasants and you've scraped together enough for stone soup today. No.
Yeah.
No.
Then
every day.
then you would only be able to buy I'm so distracted by the peasant comment today. She's funny. You would only be able to buy like a certain amount of you would only buy
and then you're gonna throw it in the freezer anyway.
It gets freezer burnt if you just throw your sausage and your raw sausage in the freezer.
Because you buy it with good intentions.
Oh.
And then you don't really, it's like lettuce.
Totally.
You don't really get to it. And then it's like, oh, I've had this here for, a year. It's gotta go.
Totally.
But if you bring it home and you have a plan and you make it into something, you're gonna eat it. It's so much better.
It doesn't get freezer burnt because it's in a meal and it's properly stored, and so you're gonna have this. So then
and you eat it in that 3-month window.
Fully take advantage of the sales.
Totally.
And so
we're excited about this. Can you tell?
It's so fun.
So don't be peasants. Be like us.
Be like us and make all the meals. And so if you're looking for recipes with one particular ingredient, then come join our Freezer Meals 101 club, because then you just click on whatever ingredient that is. Like if there's a sale on, there was sausage today, so you could type the word sausage in and all the sausage recipes would pop up. Or you could click on pork and all the pork recipes, including the sausage, would come up, or whatever. But that's the way to do that. That's the best way to do that.
That's the best way to do that. And
so link is down below.
Come and check out the club. You're going to thank yourself for looking at that, because it's great.
Because then you're not, you're not a peasant.
That's how you can stop being... Actually, we joke about that, but honestly, it is...
Oh, it saves you so much
money.
It
saves you so much money, because...
Then you're not having stone soup, you're having the caviar. Okay, I don't really like caviar, but something you like.
Totally. No, you can have sausage and eat like kings. So it's really great.
That.
Yeah.
For the lasagna soup, you can use ground beef if you prefer, but we like ours with ground Italian sausage, and this is an Italian sausage video, so we're doing Italian sausage, of course. So that's been browned. Then you're going to add that into a large freezer bag. You're going to add oregano, basil, garlic, crushed red pepper flakes, salt, pepper, 2 bay leaves, fennel, nutmeg. There's so many spices in this, and that's what makes it taste amazing. Onion, fire roasted tomatoes, 2 cans, a can of tomato paste, and you can add 4 cups of chicken or beef broth now, or you can add a note onto your bag to add it on the day of cooking. I wanted to save some freezer space, make my bag thinner, so I'm choosing to add that on the day that I cook it. On the day of cooking, you're gonna bring this to a boil on the stove top, and Then you're gonna simmer it for 20 minutes and just allow all those flavors to meld and become amazing. Then you're gonna add in 5 broken lasagna noodles.
5 is the right amount. 6 is too many and 4 is not enough.
Yes, we have experimented.
5 is the right amount.
And then when you go to put this into bowls, you can top each bowl with some ricotta cheese and Parmesan. And that just freshens it right up, and this one is awesome.
This is the spinach sausage pasta bake. Say that one 5 times fast. We're gonna have our brown sausage, and we're gonna pre-cook our pasta. Here's a note about cooking pasta when you're using it in a freezer meal. You wanna cook it a couple of minutes under the al dente time that they list on the packaging, because we are going to cook this again, and it would be soggy and quite floppy if we cook it all the way to al dente or a little bit past. So you want to make sure that you have a bit of moisture in there and know that it is going to cook a little bit more when you are doing it in the oven or in the skillet or however your meal is happening. We're going to start out making this in a bowl because it will mix a little bit better, and then we're going to transfer it to the bag. So we start out with our sausage, we add our onion, our garlic, and these Italian style plum tomatoes. They are so delicious. We're going to add a lot of cream because it's cream, and our chopped up spinach to counter the cream.
You gotta have something healthy.
We gotta have something healthy in there. And we're gonna mix it all around really well, and then we're gonna add it into our bag. There's a few ways you can do this. You can stabilize your bag in a container, or you can have a friend hold it open for you, or you can just tough it out and spoon it in there, spoon after spoon.
You're welcome.
And then we're just gonna do this one in the oven. And we cover it and put it in the oven at 350 for 40 minutes and just let it bubble up.
So we had some sausage left over, and I decided to make some sausage quesadillas with it. So for these, I just used flour tortillas, mozzarella cheese, the ground sausage, some jarred roasted red peppers, and onion. I was thinking later that some fresh basil from my herb garden would have gone really well, but I thought that too late. So they are already frozen in the freezer. When you make quesadillas, you want to lay them on a cookie sheet to freeze flat before you transfer them into a freezer bag. You could also add serrano or jalapeno peppers to this, or green chilies. I think these are going to be amazing. It's our first time doing sausage quesadillas, but we do quesadillas pretty often. They're a great after school snack. They're a great late night snack. They're just great.
They're a nice lunch. They're a great,
Oh,
I had
they
a
are a
hard
good
day
lunch.
and I just
Yes.
feel like having some
Comfort
sausage.
food.
And it's total comfort food.
And you can serve it with guacamole, salsa, or sour cream. You can heat these in the oven or the skillet. So they're really easy. And then we had a tiny bit of sausage left over, and it was the mild variety, so it's Christie's. I'm not sure why we had an uneven amount, but maybe when we bought them, they didn't have as many spicy. That's it.
Yeah, I think I maybe had one more package.
So regardless, if you want to, you can throw your browned sausage into medium-sized bag and toss it in the freezer because...
Oh, it's good with your hash browns. It's good to mix in with your eggs. You can make little mini burritos for breakfast. Breakfast burritos with scrambled egg and sausage. It's like
Yum.
you did like McDonald's drive-thru or something. And because we do so much prep for our stuff, there's often, a little baggie in the fridge that has some minced onion or some chopped up peppers. And you just add that in there and you have breakfast like a king. It's pretty great.
Make some quesadillas, nachos, like that kind of thing too.
Yeah.
So this is handy to have in your freezer. Or of course, because this goes on the tater tot casserole, if you have the other ingredients at home for tater tot casserole,
make another one.
You could just make another one and make it up fresh the day of. So the other thing we considered making is a sausage gravy. but
We haven't figured it out yet.
Working on that for
It's
you.
in the works.
Yeah. There's some ingredients in there that don't traditionally freeze well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to adapt it. We've heard that people freeze this and use it for months.
Yeah.
But we're working on it because...
It's in the Freezer Meals 101 test kitchen as we speak.
Exactly. So when we get there, we'll let you know. We'll let you know how it goes. But that is another possibility for ground sausage. But yeah, we're not quite there yet.
And
It's in
then,
the testing phases.
and then you eat it with the sausage on homemade biscuits.
Totally. And you can do freezer biscuits. So
I have a really good baking powder biscuit from my aunt. It's Auntie Doris's baking powder biscuits. And it's my grandma Cage's. I come from a long line of really good bakers and cooks. And she would make biscuits right in the flour bin.
wow.
She would do it between hands of crib. Like, she could do it. It was kind of crazy, and it was wonderful to watch, and a really great person to learn how to cook from. Yes. So there's my trick for biscuits, but I want to know about the freezer biscuits.
Yes, I'm adapting a recipe.
Back to the Freezer Meals 101 test kitchen.
Right, the Freezer Meals 101 test kitchen has been very busy lately.
It has been very busy lately.
So we're working on things.
Spoiler
for you.
alert, it's Charlotte's house. But we are figuring it all out. That's true.
We're getting there. So let us know what your favorite Italian sausage recipes are when the video is done for the meatballs, like the sausage meatballs. We'll put it right there.
Yeah. You'll want that one too.
In the meantime, we'll have another Italian sausage video there. It's got some $1 million shells, and
Oh yeah.
that's a good recipe.
Yeah,
too.
really, really good one.
So
Thanks for joining us today. Make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you click like. Join us on our Facebook page because it is the nicest Facebook
so
group
sweet.
in the entirety of Facebook. And we have a club. You can click on there and join our club, and then you don't have to be peasants anymore. You can be kings like us. All right.
Happy cooking.
See you next time.